Hello everybody, I am Brandman19 and welcome to episode number 3 of our NIMBY Rails campaign with Southline Railway. So the first episode we built our Atlanta to Macon railway here, which is the red line, and then the last episode we built our Atlanta to Columbus line. That's right, if you don't remember, that Atlanta is our hub and we're building a Georgia-based railway to start before we expand it into other states. And basically we're trying to build a rail line from really about halfway through Texas and Oklahoma, Texas and Oklahoma, about this area right here where it's green, all the way over to Washington, DC, staying south of the Appalachian Mountains, stuff like that. So anyways, things are going pretty well. I'm happy with it so far, and I think we need to decide what we're going to do next. So we've got 2 lines coming out of Atlanta. I think we need to go ahead and make a third one. So we've gone to, if Atlanta's the #1 population center in Georgia, and Columbus is the 2nd largest, and Macon is either the 4th or the 5th, I'm not 100% sure. We've got to, it's actually, I think it is the 5th largest, yeah. So we've got to get to the 3rd and 4th largest. Now, the 4th largest, I think, is Savannah, which means that the 3rd largest is Augusta. So this line, though, is going to be very interesting, though. Instead of going and following this line, which you see leading through Redan, I don't know how to say that, Conyers, Covington, Social Circle, Madison, Crawfordville, Thompson, Augusta, instead of going that way, we're going to go through a very important area of Georgia and make this a little bit more crucial towards the state route. We're going to go through Lawrenceville, Winder, Athens, down to Washington, Thompson, through a little town here called Grovetown, and then into Augusta. So I think that'll do us a lot better. Let's go ahead and create our stations. We're going to medium speed and let's get things going. So I think we're going to put one, even though Lawrenceville's technically within the area that I would build a tram system, I'm going to build this rail line here, or build a station, excuse me, right here. 300 meters, there you go. Almost 19,000 people in Lawrenceville. That's pretty good. Let's go here to Winder. That's right. We're gonna hit this it's a little town called Winder, but it's kind of a I wouldn't say it's a suburb of Athens. It's just one of those places on the way. Now we get into Athens itself. Now Athens is very important because this whole area right here of Athens is the University of Georgia campus. This is a very important part of the state. Honestly, if they ever do get around to building a rail system in Georgia, I think Athens to Atlanta should probably be one of like the first 2 or 3 rail lines they built. So looking here, you can see kind of here's where all the population is in Athens. It's kind of congregated around the university, and there's some further down this way. I personally would have loved to put it here, but there's not. This is going to put my circle, my catchment circle, too far to the north. I want to catch more of this, so we're going to put this catch circle right about there. Come on, let's get my 300 meters and get out. Yes, there we go. 24,500 people. Now from here, we're going to cut this down the south here. We're not going to go this way towards Comer, Elberton, Calhoun Falls, because that's going to lead me into South Carolina, which is really right here. We're not going that way yet. We're going to take this guy down to the south and follow this road coming out towards Lexington. Now, if we look at Lexington, not really a lot of people there. No reason to put something. Crawford, I don't think there's enough people here. Let's just throw a 300 up. Yeah, 1,600 people is not worth stopping for. So let's kind of move our way down here to Washington. Now there's 2 ways I can run this. I can run my rail to here, and then go south and around to Thompson. Or I could just go the more direct route to Thompson. And I think what I want to do, I think I want to build, because there's a lot of people over here. There's some people down here, and there's people up. Not as many people. Let's put it down like this way. I think maybe like right in here. We want to get the city, like the town of Washington, the best that we can, really. What is this? It's a cemetery. Oh, well, I wouldn't be the first railroad to ever put their stuff through a cemetery. So let's try this here first. 4,056. How does that look? I mean, I've really got about as many people as I'm going to get, I think. So let's go ahead and just use that Washington there. We're going to come down this way. Now I could cross down here and then come around. Really doesn't matter, does it? As far as where the rail line is going to work in, should we go here? Oh, that's not going to be, yeah, too long. Let's put ourselves over here. There we go. 8,643 in Thompson. That's a really good number. We're going to go to Grovetown right here. Now I'm going to kind of play this off in this corner. Kind of, well, I don't really like, it's 13,000. That's really good. So we know we need to build it in here. I'm going to build it a little bit further south, just so it's not the harshest turn out. Yeah, 13,823. I got even better. And then we're going to go into Augusta. Now you can see the rail line runs in here, which this would be a great place for it. But I see an even better place. This rail yard here connects, goes towards Waynesboro, Millen, down to Savannah that way, if we wanted to go there. And also you can see it this one comes all the way down here, connects to Charleston. It also is the same line. It can connect over here and run up towards Greenwood. So that's not a bad spot to go. Let's put our rail line, let's put it right here. 16,423 in Augusta. So not bad. All right, let's go ahead and start building up our track. Now we gotta be very careful about this. We're on this line here. It turns out in about here. Okay. Now I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna build this from this direction, because I want it to connect in just the right way. There it is. Okay. And then we're following it around, right? It's gonna crisscross over here. There will probably be a high-speed rail line to go this way in the future, or at least a tram line, but right now we're not doing that. All right, let's make our turn. Continue up. And there we go. And there we go. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and we're going to build a little bridge right here. All right. Here I can just, yeah, I'm going to keep it on the ground here. Normally I would be worried about, well, what's going to happen? Do you need to make a bridge or something? Because this is the MARTA tram lines here, and this is another railroad. But because they're getting ready to cross this river or this creek, they're going to have to be over a bridge anyway. So I can put them over a bridge over this line. Yeah, you can cross lines at like a, X position, but you really don't want to do that. Makes life not as easy. You got to worry about signals in a weird way. I don't really want to deal with it. Just a lot easier just to not have that happen. Go ahead and spend the extra money on a bridge or something. and make that part work its way out. All right. Keep moving. It's just I think we're wind candler. Can't tell. We're working along some sort of like parking lot, Centers for Disease Control. Oh, be very careful around that. We do not want a train to derail into that place. If you ever saw The Walking Dead, you know that the Centers for Disease Control is located in Atlanta. That is a real thing, and they house some very infectious diseases in that place, and they do a lot of research on them. It is be a no good thing if that place had an outbreak hit. Talking about like weaponized smallpox and stuff, I'm sure. All right, here we go. Keep pulling this track. We're actually starting to be able to bring the track further out with our pull. That doesn't like, oh, because it's barely a turn in there. All right, looking good. Same here. We're starting to get into some easier territory for running rail. All right. Pull, yeah, now this is like just straight lines through here. It's really nice when you can pull 500 meters of straight line. All right, let's get right here, make our turn. Very nice. All right. And to make a hard turn up to the northeast. And we'll keep that turn kind of a moving through here, following this kind of creek, which does some weird stuff. I'm guessing the railroad or properties or something has made the creek do the weird things that it does. Rail lines have been here longer than most neighborhoods and people. So, all right, here we go. We're working our way through. I have no clue where Lawrenceville is in relation to where we are right now. I know we've got to be much closer than what we were. Apparently we're in Gloucester. I do not know where that's at. This is not a section of Atlanta that I know very well. I'm mostly familiar, and I'm not even very familiar with southeast or southwest and northwest. I've got some places I go, you know, mainly Marietta, you know, that's where the Atlanta Braves baseball team plays. I know my way around the airport reasonably well. Hartsfield, Atlanta is a very busy place. If you're flying out, you know, you're gonna probably have to go through there a time or two. There we go. We made it right through that little gap. Of course, I fly from my town into Atlanta when I'm on a business trip. Up here's Lawrenceville right here. We're gonna turn it a little bit quicker. Right there, and then right there. Perfect. Okay, so we've made our way to the edge here, and I think at this point I'm just going to do a speed time up, and we'll go from Lawrenceville to Winder to Athens, Athens to Washington, to Thompson, to Grovetown, and then to Augusta. So I'll go ahead and get to it, and we'll see you guys in just a second. All right, and that'll do it right there. We've made our way from Atlanta to Lawrenceville, Lawrenceville to Winder, Winder to Athens, Athens to Washington, Georgia, Washington, Georgia. And instead of me following whatever road this was, I just decided to bring it on south and cross over down here, go to Cadley, and then to Massena, and then to Thompson. And from Thompson to Grovetown, and then Grovetown to Augusta. I went ahead and made the bridge across because this is such a weird spot. And that took care of it. So this is $231,584,319. We're just going to build it. Click build. There we go. Let's go ahead and put in our signals up here. We learned about this last time. Put one on the right hand side to stop them there. Right here to stop them there. And right there to stop them there. And we need to put a block balise to let them keep going, let them know they can keep going. That should stop these. I should make these two connect to that. Do that right there. And that right there. That should allow them to go right on through. And now we need to make a line out of it, right? Let's go ahead and make a new line. Starting it in Atlanta on the right lane. We're going to go right lane out to Lawrenceville to the 1E. Then to Winder. This will be the 1E. Athens 1E. And then we go to Washington, Georgia with that 1E. Shift south down to Thompson 1E. We've got to go to Grovetown. This is going to be 2N. And then we come over here where we're going to shift it to 1E because that crosses over and sends them back. And then we're going to click here on 1S. 2W. 2W in Washington, Georgia. 2W in Athens. 2W in Winder, 2W in Lawrenceville, and call that a day. Let's go ahead and name this line Georgia with a pipe, and then we'll go ATL to ATH to AUG. So this is going to let me know this goes Atlanta to Athens to Augusta. Code, we're calling this just G, and then the number. $10 is the base price. It's going to cost them 10 cents to ride per kilometer. And this, since this is what, 290, it cost them what, 290, 10, that'd be extra $29. So it cost them $39 to ride from Atlanta to Augusta. I think that's reasonable. Obviously, that's more of today's pricing. The game doesn't really run that way, but I'm going to let it go through with it. We're going to put on a, let's see, inner city. I've been liking these Maharu Bahulus. They run pretty cheap, $390 per day, and then 352 max capacity. So we're just going to add one there. Actually, I want to change up the color on this line. We want to go to yellow. So we got a red, an orange, and a yellowish, just kind of like a limeish yellow color there. Let's see if I can get it a little more golden. That's better. Okay. So there goes that line right there. We're going to go ahead and passenger service open it. Let's go ahead and make time move, and let's see these trains start moving around a little bit more. There it is. It's going to start in Lawrenceville and go to Atlanta. Let's see, are you waiting to go that direction? I don't know if you're waiting or not. I'm actually pretty sure we're not picking up, we didn't pick up anybody. Yeah, we picked up nobody. Yeah, the train's pretty new. I'm not really expecting to pick up people just yet. All right. Oh yeah, he just picked up couple people. Lawrenceville to Winder. Winder is called Captain D's. Just a shameless plug there. Let's go ahead and change the name of these places. I do not like having them named like that. So this is going to be Lawrenceville. Captain D's will be getting renamed to Winder. Athens is getting changed over to Athens. Washington is going to be from Wills Memorial Hospital to Washington. Thompson from Greater St. James AME Church to Thompson. Grovetown from Fisk Gibson Cemetery to Grovetown. And then Augusta. I'm going to go ahead and call this one Augusta Intercity Station is what I think I'm calling them, right? Let me... Fulton County, Atlanta, Intercity, Maine. There we go. Maine, that's what we're calling it. So far, we're looking at one town, two towns, three towns, and potentially a fourth to get a tram. To be honest, though, when I extend this Macon line to Warner Robins, I mean, he's going to have his own rail through there. So I'm not really too worried about that. Let's take a look at our lines right now. You should be making money already. Not quite making money. Yeah. It's also 4:30 in the morning. So let's keep that in mind. Yeah, he has quite a few going to Atlanta though. And some people not so happy. It's probably a long wait. If we look here, a train comes through every 4 hours and 48 minutes. That's a long time to wait for a train. The Atlanta to Columbus one is 3 hours. The Atlanta to Macon is 2 hours and 37 minutes. Are people... Let's take a look at our company accounting. We're giving back $125 in compensation. You give compensation if people have to get, they wait too long or they decide they're not going to ride your rail anymore because they just waited it out. Let's see. Oh yeah, starting to make money now. A couple more runs, it'll be just fine. Yeah, he's going back to Lawrence. Yeah, there you go. Just takes time. It takes time for these trains to get fill up with people. And this isn't the best time of day for these trains either, so it's also a Saturday. It's not the best day. A bunch of things working into all that. All right. Well, that was a long line that we built today. I think we're going to kind of leave it here. I know we kind of be doing one line a day, and it probably won't be much longer of doing that, to be quite honest. I think what we'll do next is we'll probably build the Macon to Savannah line. That's very important. That's also the last major city in Georgia, Savannah, that we will connect. We'll probably run this line right here to Gordon. I don't think we'll stop there. McIntyre, Coney, Sandersville, or Tennille. I don't know. I don't know if either one of them are deserving. Wadley, Millen, Statesboro. Gosh, Statesboro's right there. Really, we could run to the south and go to Dublin. Yeah, that would not be the worst idea either. Go to Dublin and then go to Statesboro. What's this down here? Vidalia. Oh my gosh, there's so many good smaller towns along this route. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see myself doing this running out to here. And of course, I'd probably put my main rail station here. Could put it here. Well, probably wouldn't put it here. Yeah, this would be another town that gets a tram system. And then with that done, You know, I'd probably want to run Columbus to Albany, to be honest. Like, go ahead and get that done. Macon to Valdosta and get that done. With those three done, I really couldn't go north yet. Like, Rome is kind of out there. It's kind of important, but it's not really. Dalton is up here, but again, I would want to go Atlanta to Chattanooga in that stretch, so I probably wouldn't run it there. Yeah, I'd probably then start my tram systems. You know, Atlanta, Columbus, Macon if necessary. Macon's kind of weird. It's if I did it, you'd want to run it from like maybe out here, like almost on like a circle. There's really a circle with like a point going down the middle. I don't know if I'd do anything else. Augusta, you're gonna run it from out over here, and you'll run a line up here, a line out here, a line down here, and then line down this way, and then you'd run kind of like a semicircle around, so people can connect either here or on one of these lines. Savannah, you would connect. I mean, honestly, you'd probably run like a tram out here to Tybee, here at Wilmington, and down here at Skidaway, and run in, you know, yeah, I'd probably like run it up like this, like run an L shape, even like Isle of Hope and like Wimberley. I'd run another L shape, Wilmington to all this, up into Savannah, and then Tybee, of course. Well, that Tybee might come into Wilmington, and then you'd run another, you know, kind of out this way. There's ways to do that. Crazy thing is there's this Georgetown, which could be like its own stop on the rail line. And then of course there's Columbus. Columbus is, you'd want to put something up, you know, in this area of Phoenix City. And then downtown Columbus. And then run it towards like Fort Benning down here. And then run out this way. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here, guys. We're running things pretty well. If we look at our accounting, so far we are making, it's hard to tell what we're really making because we spent all that money on the day prior. But as far as this line, it's already picked up 30,000, 26,000 on the Atlanta to Columbus line, and Atlanta making them doing about 30,000. So not bad. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one right here. I appreciate y'all so much for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Maybe check out the links in the description below. And guys, I will see you all next time.